Next weekend we have the...
Well, welcome to the Old Classic Car channel, and today we are down in sunny Gloucestershire for the VSCC Prescott hillclimb. The Prescott hillclimb course is, I believe it's owned and managed by the Bugatti Owners Club. It's been here for many, many years. My old truck was a regular here back in the late 40s and early 1950s. This is one of the main hill climb venues in the UK, up there with Chelsea Walsh and Reston Be Thankful up in Scotland and so on. But Prescott holds a special place in the history for the VSCC, the Vintage Sports Car Club, because they've been coming here for decades, and hopefully that'll continue long into the future. So let's wander over the bridge and go and have a look in the paddock and see what vintage cars are here. Got some of the heavy metal single seaters over here. This is Cognac. I had a chat with the owner of this one at Loughton Park. If you've not seen the Loughton Park video yet, please go and look that out when you're finished here. The Bugatti Type 51. And here we have an A-Type Connaught. This is about 1952. If there's a better place to spend your day, I've yet to find it. 3 ERAs and a 4th up there. Pump start in a Bugatti. This is reminiscent of paddocks in the 30s, into the 40s and the 1950s. ERAs were a popular choice for hill climbing right the way through the 1950s until the little rear engine cars started taking over from the pre-war monsters. All of them have got their rear wheels, the rear axles up in the air, just like the Connaught, because they'll also be running up with the wheels running just to warm up the oil in the pre-select gearbox that all the ERAs had. Just try and keep out of the way. And on the end here, this black ERA is probably the most famous of them all. This is R4D, unless I'm very much mistaken. Raymond Mayers, of course, was the founder. He was the founder of ERA, or English Racing Automobiles, in the 1930s. He used to race Rileys and so on, and I believe these did actually start out being based on Riley engines. This is probably the most developed of the sort of pre-war upright ERA cars, R4D. Very fancy front suspension on this particular car. There we go, R4D. And then the E-Type ERA was built in the late 1930s, but the war got in the way of that, and that's really just been continually developed ever since. But these are the traditional shaped ERAs of the early 1930s. Absolutely glorious car. Over here we've got the Frazer Nashes, the Norris Special. The rear engine Cooper. And a glorious Delahaye here. What a stylish racing machine that is.
The little logo on the steering wheel, it's lovely.
Yeah, it's a cracker, isn't it? Incredible little cycle car here, guessing late teens, early 1920s. So we've got a horizontally opposed 2-cylinder engine at the front, no brakes of course. Twin plugs per head. But what it is, I really don't know. I'm guessing it's French. Yeah. What an amazing little car that is. You get such a variety. This we saw at Loughton Park just a week or two back. Another fantastic single-seater here. What's this one? This is a cement special. Well, while the ERAs are warming up over there and this little Cooper, let's have a quick look up this row here. So we've got a Riley Special, always lots and lots of Rileys at events like this. This MG we saw at Loughton Park, of course, the Bellevue Special if I remember right. One of the few cars that are running with the twin wheels on the back. And a Marshall Supercharger. Frazer Nash. Frazer Nash. And an Austin-based car here. I think it's based on a 12.4, I'm reliably informed. There's Maggot. It's a Riley based car that I've not seen before. Very sleek indeed, wow. There's a pre-selector for the pre-selector gearbox on the side there. The downside of an event like this is that I can't identify half the cars that are here. What an incredible little car that is. Huge chain drive to the rear end. You won't want to get your elbow caught in that. That's just a special, isn't it? So we've got a V-twin in here, nice old Lodge plug. Wow. What an incredible little car. And next to this tiny little car, we've got this huge car from America, the Mitchell Special. What an incredible car that is.
Yes. Anyway, I'll let you get on, pal.
Triple Solexes. That really is something else. This is a Straker Squire. These old Edwardian-era racers are just something else. This is the Romano, another aero engine special. We saw this one at Lowton Park just a fortnight ago. Next to that, a glorious Riley. Someone's completed their run. This is a Flatrad Morgan. I'm guessing another Riley. You could easily spend all day here in the Prescott paddock without even getting up to the course itself. The practice runs are still continuing, so we'll carry on walking around here for a little while longer. Got a Riley Special here. If you look back at old photos from the 40s, 1950s, the scene in the paddock here at Prescott hasn't changed a great deal. And that's what makes it so special. So what do we have here then? This is a Wolseley based car. Not one I've ever seen before. So it's 6-cylinder, so I'm guessing that may be loosely based on the engine found in the Hornet. And I could easily be very, very wrong. Next up, another glorious little Riley. An MG, complete with supercharger hung out the front. Riley. Really low set seats in this particular car. So there's your prop shaft running between the passenger and the driver. MG. This is the Vale Special.
And the head.
The smell of bacon wafting in the air. Bacon mixed with Castrol R, of course. Austin 7 corner now. Austin 7, of course, celebrating its centenary for the original Austin 7s. So lots and lots of Austin 7 base specials. Right, we're just climbing up the hill towards the top paddock because there's quite a few vintage cars parked up there, so we're going to have a quick nosy. But there's a gorgeous MG here. What a beauty that is. There's a lovely little Salmson here. Here's the LMB. This is a Ford V8 based special. V8 as in the old big old side valve V8 that featured in some of the Ford saloons pre-war, and even the Fordson 7V lorry and the V8 Pilot that had the flathead as well. We've got a glorious Vauxhall here. Wow. It's all very civilised up here. The top paddock, Lagonda. Lagonda again. Alfa Romeo.
Just get going
Frazer Nash here. Next to that, the BMW Saloon. The Frazer Nash BMW. This is regularly used to compete in hill climbs in the VSCC. And at the end, just starting up, a wonderful vintage Alvis. Austin 7. What's this lofty little machine here? This is based on a Humber. I'm guessing it's a Humber 8. Lovely little French Hamel car now.
So that's why there's quite a variety of
Just a pure Austin 7 class.
No, there are, but it just doesn't count.
Austin 7 there, lovely little car. Another Hamel car. Hello.
I think if anybody gets up here, they're true enthusiasts.
It's not unusual to see the headlights on road cars turned reverse, so that while it's competing on the hill, you don't get a stone through your headlight lens. I'm not quite sure if that's what was planned here, but often you do see that. And unlike Loughton Park, Prescott has a return road, so you don't have to halt the proceedings just to let batches of cars back down the hill. And the return road is just here. So what have we got here? Frazer Nash.
Nice, really nice.
A Wolseley Hornet Special. A Riley Special.
Both, I believe, in Type 51 Bugattis, one full car from the 1930s, and with an experienced Bugatti riders behind the wheel, you can have a passenger
The Frazer Nash based car.
up the hill today. And if you're interested, then the raffle tickets are available from the Friends of Prescott shop in the paddock. So tickets will belong to Friends of Prescott shop. Get yourself a ticket. You could well be going up the hill a little bit later on in the 1930s Bugatti.
I've always done the trick you
Got a few gems in the public car park as well. We've got a flat rod Morris here. This is a Morris Cowley, I think, about 1929 or 30. Got a Riley behind that. Over here we've got a Fiat. I'm not sure which model, maybe a 501. It's got a great Pratt's can on it. I certainly approve of that.
I think I'd have to take a run at the hill to go on the safe side.
So what's this motoring badge here then? Nice, love that. Cracking little MG. Lagonda Saloon. Wow, that looks super original. It's got the old carriage type door handles on it, early 1920s. Beautiful sort of corduroy almost interior.
Okay, have a great day.
Saab 96. It's one of the Ford V4 power cars. Ford of Germany engine. It's not the same V4 that we had in this country. That's the Taunus engine, I think. And what do we have here then? A Samson. Wow. Is that not a handsome sports car? Lagonda. Make that 2 Lagondas.
A bacon back beside it.
Here we go, the timetable here.
Glorious little Alpha Julia.
Your Alpha.
Julietta Sport, to be precise. Bertoni bodied. Yeah, sure, lots and lots of interesting cars if we went looking amongst all this modern tin. We've got Citroën Acadian, superb. So that's sort of the van equivalent of the Citroën Diane, which was supposedly going to be the replacement for the 2CV, but didn't. Harley's very happy now. He's got a bit of a liking for the old AC Ace. So you got the Ace, which was the open top car, and the Acica, which had the fixed head. Someone's having fun with a Morris 1000. There's an incredible Lagonda Saloon here, AAU 474. Bit of a work in progress by the look of it. What a Bobby Dazzler. That's a handsome machine.
I don't know if it's original, but it's definitely got that look about it, hasn't it?
It is great, isn't it? Next to that, fantastic Elvis. One of many Elvises that are here today. Really tasty Citroën Traction Oval, or Light 15 as they were called. Traction Oval, because of course front wheel drive, traction, Oval, front, blah blah blah. Yeah, really advanced little car for the day. Many of these were assembled in Slough. This is a right hand drive car, so possibly, I'm sure a Citroën aficionado will tell me, but my first instinct is to say that this is a Slough built car, simply because it's right hand drive, but it could also have been brought in from somewhere where right hand drive is also their way of driving, as it is in this country. Got a Sunbeam, the Supreme Sunbeam. So which of the various Sunbeams that were produced is this one? Is this an 80 or a 90? I'll have to find out, I think. A beautiful car, lovely pale blue. You can see the suicide or the rear hinged rear doors, so that made getting in and out of the back a lot easier, but if you didn't latch the door properly you could easily fall out. So yeah, what a beauty that is. Now while I'm over here I've got to have a look at this old Morris. I've never seen one of these before, I don't think. Morris 20. You see lots of Morris 10.4s and Morris 8s and such like. Not a Morris Minor like mine. But the bigger saloons are much, much scarcer from what I can tell. Various moths have met their maker on the grille of this one, the radiator of this one.
Isn't it?
That is a handsome son of a gun. Very rare. Lovely, isn't it? I like that. Maybe. Yeah, it looks it, doesn't it? I think the wings may have been painted, but the body looks.
Yes, I don't count because it was glorious.
Oh yeah, it looks proper, doesn't it? You can tell it's one of the. Yeah, we can tell it's one of the more at market cars because the spare wheel on the running board has got its own sort of casing just to protect it from the weather, and you got a mirror mounted on the top.
No, it's done up though.
Oh, it's a really nice car. Austin 7 Chummy. There's a Riley over there, Lotus Elan. And Riley burbling past over there. Is that an Adelphi? Vintage Bentley here. All sorts of interesting cars dotted around in the public car park. It's always worth coming to have a walk round at some point during the day. At the main summer event, this actual car park here is turned over purely to vintage car parking, and you just get line after line of wonderful, wonderful old cars, some competition cars, some road cars, the occasional van, but all fantastic. Over here we've got an Alfa GTV, the 2000.
Vinyl roof.
Yeah, vinyl roof. It's been Zybarked, rust-proof treated, which is probably why it survived this long. Huh? It's even got Alfa Romeo mud flaps. We approve of that. There's that Elvis again, Silver Eagle. There's that wonderful Lancia we saw pulling in before. That's a bit of alright. I've got a very unusual one off Riley here. It's in the pre-war style, but looking at those wheels, I'm sure I've seen those on a Riley RM, the post-war saloon. So I think this intriguing machine is a rebodied Riley RM. Whoever's done that has certainly put the time into that. We're supposed to be going back to the car to have a quick bite to eat and a drink, but we just keep being distracted. Rubber bumper MGB GT. Ah no, this is the Lancia we saw driving in before. What a belter that is. Just so many rare cars here today. Yeah, it's a cracking little light, that, isn't it? These rear light units are off a 1960s VW Beetle. The Heller, German, you see? Yeah, so that is... Oh, there we go, it's even got the name on the back. Lancia Aprilia. Lovely little wolves, they're just hiding away here up the hill at the back of the public car park. There's that Saab 96 that pulled in. I think I'll have to have a look at that because you don't see too many good ones of these. Yep, it's a V4.
Such a great colour, isn't it?
Yes. So 70s earlier cars, of course, were two-stroke, the bull nose is, and then they did the long nose, which was two-stroke to begin with, and then they switched to the Ford of Cologne V4 engine. Yeah, that's really nice.
I don't charge for it.
Really? Bentley here now, is this a standard steel or an R-type? Well, I'm not quite sure, but it's a real Bobby Dazzler next to a little MG and an Alvis 1250. Just when you think you've seen everything, there's a Shadow 2, Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow 2, a Lotus Elan Plus 2, and lurking over here there's I think a Frazer Nashes BMW. Just avoid the lurid coloured Abarth Fiat 500.
You're featuring new cars.
No, I'm just walking past it.
Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that a classy little car? JMP 664. Tourer, no less. And appropriately, on the side of a hill, on the side of a grassy incline, is this Dello Trials car, KXS 569. Still very popular in trialling today. Obviously people will recognise the Ford style wheels, the Ford Pop, and the E83W pickup wide 16s on the back.
Like a BMW a bit maybe. Or a Frazer Nashes BMW.
I don't know.
It's got that look.
So it's got the transverse leaf front spring, Ford original. Although these dampers aren't standard Ford fitment, nor are hydraulic brakes. But yeah, trialling still a very popular pastime, and the little Dellos are very good at it to this day. There's the catering station for the marshals here at Prescott.
Back with you. Go 20 past 1.
Got a mix of crossflies and radials that are making up the tyre wall here at Prescott. You taking the mickey?
Huh?
You taking the mickey out of your dad?
They're just tyres.
Real 2-litre ERA. Not one of the Championship in Class 1, I would suggest. You come back here. Obviously early in the morning, but she was in her 90s, and he said, look, mother was on walk. My concern is we're coming up to part of the really steep section from the road coming through to Verde Machina. Next weekend we have the way to couldn't you? Unless you're really prudent, of course. You could always consider putting it in your car 88, and that's quite good. Sounds about right. I was going to say, maybe it's because I got large ears, but I don't know, but whatever it is. Yeah, the next cut up. Okay, nice finish to it. Presentation. I enjoyed it. convoy is back because Claire Fennell Williams is about to take the over, and then the trip back to Prescott on the 19th of November for the Castrol trial. A very tenacious driver, always a big smile. Well, that'll bring a nice smile to her face as she goes back. Tom Hannah, second runs for that previous class. I've slipped behind a bit. They've got Chris Hubble 751 on the 6504. 0.86. Coming out of semicircle, we should see him now approaching in. Which is the fastest amongst them. Lead midway at 33.94, which again puts him in the lead in this particular class. They certainly passed midway pardon 23.84. We're going to be a winner so far, 16.06. Ben pardon. He beat Ben at pardon, midway's 32.19, so he beat him there. Yes, Baxter's going to see how we go on. Well, midway 30. Could do it. 0.53. So an Ian on that. Semicircle coming up. Sorry, Peter, I missed that. Sorry. I said waiting for confirmation whether we're going to have.
Well, that run of the A-Type Connaught, circa 1952, rounds out the timed runs here at VSCC Prescott in September 2022. Thank you very much for watching this video. It's only a couple of weeks after Loughton Park, which was equally exciting, so if you've not seen the video for that one, please take a shufty at that one before you disappear altogether. And yes, there'll be more videos along very, very soon, so thanks for supporting the channel, and bye for now.